Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, playing some Satisfactory on Halloween, which we don't really make a big deal out of over here in the UK. So for you Americans tuning in, it'll be morning your time. Hopefully you'll be able to hang out and stick around. How do I go downwards? God, the controls. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've streamed Satisfactory, but I have been playing on the server. This is cool. Impulse? Oh my goodness me, words. Hypno has handled this part of the building, which I kind of left him with last time we were playing. If I haven't sort of uploaded a video in a while explaining the whole blueprint thing, well, we built these big building blocks right here in blueprints to make it easy to drop them down into the world. And in order to add some variation and make it all look cool, we've been building massive structures around it. So gonna continue that today. Magis says, didn't know you played Satisfactory. Oh well, now you do. I've also been playing that other factory game, Factorio. That game is wow, it's like a drug. You just keep going and going. So today we're just going to continue with the building process, really. I've got a few ideas, but it's all just kind of look and learn most of the time. Have a look, figure out exactly what you want to do. Yeah, I think we're going to treat this bit here like it's reached its conclusion. This is the end of it, and we need to move blocks over this direction and kind of figure out where it goes. We're basically making it up as I go along. That's the best way to explain it, right? Making it up as I go along. And it's turning to night. We need beds in this game or something. You know? It's always harder to see what you're doing. It's specifically these blocks. These blocks are particularly bad at nighttime. Anyway, welcome to all the peeps tuning in to the chat, saying hello. Thank you for saying hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Blue Raven. Lenolini. Welcome to the stream, Heart Gamer, Spooky Dokie, the Crack and Bubble. Four Gills in the chat, Atomic Punk as well. Welcome, welcome, peeps. Now down here, this is an area where we ain't going to be able to move this out of our way. Actually, it looks like there might be a tiny bit of wiggle room off the edge here. Issue being though, can I grab an entire blueprint for a second? The width of one of these, and it's very hard to see, is kind of, well, yeah, no, that makes sense. It's perfectly aligned. Okay, that bit makes sense. Then when we come down here, you can see it becomes a bit too much. So I think what we're going to have to start with is our blueprints. Aluminium factory and base wall slim. Now when I rotate this, I cannot tell on which side the sign is. I think it's that one there. I think that's now forward facing. If we try and snap it, it wants to be a pain in the butt. And I think it rotated it when it snapped it. What the heck? That's the front, okay. Maybe we go down here. Let's try and move downward a little bit. Welcome to the stream, Blue Raven, Fika Rat, Lucas, Pink Into, JSTP, Everstero, Sec9 Ronin, change build mode to blueprint. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that's also a pain in the bum. Look, it just oh, no, you're not actually where I want you to be. Yeah, we'll have to go back to this. That kind of looks like it snapped correctly. And the sign is at the front. Okay, I can see from here actually it did, so hopefully we can pull that off again. And it looks like this third one will be our last. Yep, nicely aligned to the world grid. We get to keep this thing rolling, I guess. All right, I actually still need to use with this. I need to work with the same blueprint. Use the nudge tool. H to lock it in and nudge with the arrow keys. Yes, that is also a tool at our disposal. But this seems to be okay. Just eyeballing it for the time being. I think it's the bigger ones that are harder to do. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Yes? Huh? Where's the... Oh, it's the gap. Okay, dismantle, mass dismantle. Is it R? Like, yeah, there you go. Okay, I really thought I had that. That looked like I got it. Maybe I need a different angle. If it were daytime, this would be easier. Little rotation, should be able to get it in place. Gotta look into the space. Now we've got it all aligned. And then this is where it feels like it could have already gone across, but we'll have to figure something out. Turn your flashlight on with B. Thanks for the tip, my dude. I always forget about that. Turfy, thank you. Kraken says it's hilarious. Melting in a VC. Melting in a VC, eh? Bell Steven, thank you so much for gifting subs. Oh, thank you for supporting our community. Your generosity is wonderful. Betseg, Beastie Joel, Sarcasm Booze, Zionda Wolfchild, Sir Munzo, your local derp. That's me, isn't it? Hi, it's Amelia, Christoph, Justar Gula Rhino, and F God T. Be sure to say thanks in the chat to Bell Steven. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you so much for doing that. That's very kind. I feel like putting a window over... Oh, no. The window won't go because... Hang on, because it's got the big beams on it. We need... That doesn't have the big beams on it. That might be a window that works. Now, here's where we're going to have to use that magic... Oh boy, no, this is more complicated than I thought. Wish me luck. Pressing H. Oh, it's actually... You see, I thought it was like... It needed to come more towards me, but no. And then... There you go. Whew. Right, that should align with this wall. Thank goodness it does. And it aligns with the ceiling. Excellent. So, obviously some loose edges there to tighten up. All in good time, I say. All in good time. Can I go a little higher, please? The jetpack was like, nah, not right now. What we got going on here? 4Gil96, thank you for 55 months. Pooh, trick or treat. I'll take a treat, please. Isn't that an easy one? Oh, thank you so much, 4Gil. Appreciate it. I had such an impulse to press F5 right then. Curls of Doom, nice to see you. Lots of familiar names in chat tonight. Missing you, peeps. Welcome back, girls. It's been a while. I'm getting my building kick on with a little bit of Factorio. God, I keep saying the wrong stuff all the time. Satisfactory. The mental decline is real, I tell you. It is real. Yeah, I've been building. This is a game about automation and building factories, and I've been a complete rebel and done none of that. I just turn up and build stuff. Oh, and by the way, peeps, my plan today is actually not really to focus on this outside stuff so much. I'm glad I reminded myself of that. I've sort of gone on and just looked. Like, you log in, you look, and you start doing stuff. Which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But I did actually, earlier in the day, I devised a concept, a way in which I wanted to approach playing today. And, that thought has just come back to me. So we're definitely going to do that. I think I'm just going to work on getting the shape here kind of Out to over there. Getting all of this over there, so a lot of the factory below is covered, and then it means when we go into the factory and do this different approach for our building today, we know that a lot more stuff is set in place. You build in Satisfactory while I gamble in Factorio, says Maddie. Maddie, are you doing quality modules? I started messing around with them today. By the way, I've been playing tons of Factorio. It's not very popular, unfortunately. And I think what I'm going to do is just do a live stream when I go to a new planet. But I've been playing on the last planet that we visited a lot. And I've been playing, like, I started watching, is it Nalius? I looked at his name earlier and tried to figure out the pronunciation. I think it's Nalius. No, Nilius. Oh my god, I can't even remember it correctly. Yeah, Nilius. N-I-L. See, I do this thing with words where I look, and then my brain just goes, like, just takes the laziest path it can, the path of least resistance. And then I become aware that I've taken the path of least resistance and I haven't properly learned to pronounce it. And then it becomes a typical struggle where I have to fight the part of my brain that took the time to figure it out and the part that's lazy. Anyway, I'm watching him play on the same planet and I'm learning so many things. There's just these little tricks and clever things you can do I just didn't know about. May School says a cha-cha. That one I say perfectly. Thanks for backing up, Mace. I do say some words, you know, with a level of artistry in my enunciation. You know. Anyway, I'm watching him do stuff, and like, before I was watching before I came to stream. I've decided now that every time I open Factorio, I have to have seen something that I now know that I've learned, or I'm going to learn by doing. Right? Because I've spent so much time like dilly-dallying, messing around, which has been fun. But then I learned there's these really smart ways of doing things. So today, just a moment ago, what I learned is that you can set a signal to an inserter that just says any item count, like anything. And if you do that, then if you set it up so your chest only has one item in anyway, you don't have to go through setting all the filters and, you know, like, and it makes copy and pasting and scaling up a lot easier. Another thing I learned to do today is how to use the blueprint. It has this part that allows you to set a recipe, right? That bit's really straightforward. The bit I couldn't figure out was how to get the requester chest to automatically set which items you need. Well, it turns out it's actually like a little option on the item. I just was totally unaware of it. And now that I know that it's there and that it's a thing, it's just a game changer. I just built a little robotics-driven mole in minutes. And, yeah, so that's my thing with Factorio. Dude, look! These place differently based on which way you shimmy them. Like when you rotate. Ha! No, wait. It's okay, so one side is thicker than the others. Oh, maybe it's not. There's something to this, though. Look. So if I put that there, then I go here. It's decided to snap in that direction. Maybe it's not, actually. Maybe there's like a... No. Look, it wants to put the fat bit there. Or the fat bit there. And now it wants to put the fat bit... So there it's the same side I'm aiming at. Here it's the opposite. And there it's the one off to the side. I don't know what method that is. When I aim here, it puts the fat bit to the left of me. If I aim there, it puts it to the right. Is it putting it to the left or right of me? No. That means that this entire roof is not neatly organized. I don't care. It looks fine. Did Xisuma play Oxygen Not Included? That game was big. I did not play that one. I really struggled to get into that. Those more like colony management sim games, my experience with those tends to be, oh look, I'm doing stuff, everything's dead. That was like Banished. I remember playing Banished. I really enjoyed that. That was cool. Nice atmosphere, interesting challenge. never survive the winter. Just every time, just die. And then I'd watch people like Biffa play it and try and learn from them, and I'm just like, I can't get my head around it. I've done prefab with blueprints. Yes, prefab, that's what it's called, yeah. So I'm slowly just learning like tips and tricks by watching this guy and then implementing it in my own playthrough. Now, the question that I have, I've been investigating the quality stuff. It's interesting. I've set it up so that I build quality modules, and then I get higher quality ones, right? But then to deliberately make higher quality ones, you need higher quality ingredients. And I haven't really got my head around it. I've just sort of been experimenting and creating a bunch of stuff, and I can't really quite see what the best methodology is for getting up to the cycle. But I've gotten from is it uncommon into rare? I've got the one with 3 dots on it. I've got a few of those producing. It's all very interesting. You can rotate with the scroll wheel. Ah. Oh, well done. Thank you. RimWorld's best colony management game. Yeah, yeah. You know, like, you only have so much time in this life, and there's so many amazing things you could do with it. And I think it's really important to like hone in on what is the best use of your time. And as much as I like games like that and think they'd be interesting, I only really want to play them in my downtime. And therefore, as much as it looks cool and I've heard people praise it, I'm probably never going to play it. Probably never going to play it. Okay, so I believe this is copper. Yeah. Okay, it already exists as copper. And I am actually still not getting to the thing that I wanted to do today. So if we just do a little bit more of this, I kind of want to remind myself that these are going to be this way. And then I'll show you how I want to approach our building and designing today. Oh, what about this? Can we accept this looking like so? Well, I think this will end up being like an area you don't actually see once we put facades around these other spots. That's what I think is going to happen there. Okay, a little bit more painting here to do. No Man's Sky again, yeah, like another really great game that I had fun playing with. But how do I value my time? You know, they sponsored me and the other hermits to play that game, which is great. Like, it's not like I want to be paid to play every game. Like, I'm not paid to play Satisfactory. I'm not paid to play Minecraft or Factorio. But it's a good thing to collect a little paycheck on the side. And when it's for a game that you genuinely like, that's terrific. But that was also a great way to get, you know, to use our Hermitcraft name, if you like, or our collective power to help out some of the other hermits, because we all got a paycheck for that, which was really cool. It was nice to kind of do that as a group and all get a little something from it. The unfortunate thing is that the stars just don't align for us playing it organically. If some other hermits were like, yo, X, we're playing No Man's Sky every day at this time, do you want to join us? If I weren't playing Satisfactory, I'd probably do that. I think I always want to dedicate a little bit of my time to playing with the hermits. So yeah, it was a really cool thing to have a game like that and then be given another reason to play it. A monetary reason, I guess, you know? Because I'm a content creator, it is my job. It's really weird, but, you know, this is it. This is what I do. I turn up, I try to entertain, try to be informative, show you cool things. And this is one of those things. When I was a kid, if you told me that I would get paid to play a game, I just wouldn't believe you. That'd just be like the most crazy thing ever. And now it's like, yeah, it's my job. It's just so weird. I'm going to do a little something here because I feel like these are going to need to sell you on the structure a little more. Dismantle mode for blueprint. That's not what we're looking for. Ooh, did I get the right bit actually? Wait, what did I dismantle? Yeah, wrong bit. Also, I'd love an undo button. Love an undo button. I think we can go downwards. And now we're in the wrong build mode. Zoopy, zoopy, zoop. Nope. Vertical, that's the one. Break that. Okay, cool. Material next. Copper finish. You know, I could be putting these in my hotbar. It just kind of occurred to me you can put these things on your hotbar. I need to definitely take advantage of that in a minute when we switch over to today's plan. It's changed so much. I do love No Man's Sky so much, but the co-op is difficult and it's a huge time sink. You look away and it's been like 8 hours. Yeah, time sink games are a bit of a problem too. The thing that I think is big for us hermits in a game is building together and creating stuff together. If that's not obvious, it's because that's what we've been doing everywhere else for such a long time. So for us, if we're in a game and it means we get to build and create stuff, that's great. Remember the one we did with Kralis and Tango and Impulse? Was it Tango or was it Skiz? I think it was Tango. That game, its primary focus wasn't building, but it had a great building system in it. I had a blast playing that one. If they ever add like a creative mode building to that, I might have to bounce back in and check it out again, because the building on that was extremely fun. Okay, so well, I'm not done painting over there, but I think I'll leave it because it's obvious what needs to be done. Right, what I want to achieve next is figuring out the aesthetics of this place from the vantage point of the player, like this, like moving through the environment. Currently, that's going to be really challenging. We've got big open spaces, some of it looking a little janky, but I think we can get away with that. I've got some ideas on how to make this feel less open and unfinished. And then we got, like, you know, big platforms with factories. How do we make this place feel 100% like it's built for a player to move around? And this is a hard challenge because it wasn't built that way from the beginning. I said to Hypno in his stream, when we do this again, we got to do this like we're going to build a factory from the perspective of the player. And you know, not just the outside, but the inside. Is that like a flying thing? That must be a creature of some sort. Dude, it almost looks like a robot. Wait, have we got like flying robots set up? What the heck? Is that us? There's flying things in this game. I didn't even know. Oh my god. It's a drone! That is hilarious. That is just hilarious. Wow, look at this place. So, player perspective on the outside, we're killing it. When we come to the inside here, not so much. Although it is pretty grand. It is a pretty grand feeling. But there's some edges and loose ends that we need to tidy up. So, I did this thing a while ago. I turned off all the filters. Not sure that was a great idea or not, honestly. Being able to navigate these things quickly is important. I would like some walkways, right? So we're gonna use the hotbar and just that one. Put all of those on the hotbar. That's what we've got to continuously do. So I'm thinking if this is built for a player, right? It needs to have ways for a player to get around. And I think number 3 is what I'm after next. Now, obviously, I can just go straight up here, which is grand. Gotta say, I don't feel like those fit together very well. They also got holes in them. Honestly, that looks super janky. I feel like the default coloring and stuff has changed here. How does that stuff work? What if I add to do this? That's not the one. Chat, I need your geniusness. I need your geniusness to help me right now. Ceilings will help to hide open areas up by the roof, says Bell Steven. Well, though, like, I don't want a ceiling that cuts off the view of the roof entirely, but we will do in some places, just not here. That's the tall order there, Xisuma, says Heart Gamer. I tell you, there are some absolute brain smartists in my chat. I know it. Catwalks instead of walkways, maybe. Yeah, that might just be the trick. It feels to me like they've been painted already, right? See, that can't be it. What about this? That does, yeah, it does do something, doesn't it? I think we're going to abandon this. And try the other one. Okay, Milk the Moose, thanks for gifting subs to FC Dad and E1 Hano 1. Much appreciated. We always appreciate a gifting of the sub. Thank you for doing that, my dude. Very kind of you. If you got a gifted sub, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Let's check it out. Right, so I've redone the buttons. Hotkeys. And here's our new surface. Now we want it to match what we got going on here, if at all possible. Definitely looks nicer. This finish doesn't seem to change it. What about a color? Also not doing much. So we're kind of stuck with what we got there. Let's bring it across. And this stuff can kinda intersect with the wall if we want it to, but I don't. I don't want it to do that. Although it looks great, right? But then you got to line it up. Whoopsie. Let's undo. Okay, now we're going to look at either the ramp or the stairs. Kind of need it to go over another block. Same on this side, of course. Yeah, so that means that block. Then a corner. And then we look at... I think we're going to go with the steep one, otherwise it just goes out. Takes too long. Whew. Now this is where things get annoying when you try and, yeah, line them up with the pre-existing stuff. As you can see, that's like a lot to rip out in one go. But it does sort of finish itself inside of the wall. I'm really gonna have to wing it here, I think. This is where I could definitely do the undo. And then it's going to take out another massive chunk. But fortunately for us, it does kind of end right there. Now for painting this foundation, I don't quite know what to do. But yeah, there you go, you know. Well, we did something. This is then going to have to take you down there. But what I like the idea of doing is following that trick up. Can we get you to zoop this way? We can. The rails, though, yikes. And then you got to paint it all. Why can't the copy feature just copy? All right, we're off to a tricky start. This ain't the most interesting place to be building stuff. Patterns, right? Yeah, full factory zone. Yes, please. Why'd you gotta be yellow, though? So then we go to colors. Probably like a grey. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know what that was painted as. That one? Thank goodness we found it. Not the same for that, though. It's like a light grey now. There we go. I think I'm going to remove this. Yeah, that's a good shout. Right, now, what I should also be doing as we go through here, we discovered that one was the floor, so let's put that on the hotbar. And then, patterns, right? Because I got to repeat myself in a minute on the opposite side, so we're making sure these things are in the hotbar. Now let's look for some walls that will look interesting inside of here. Why you gotta be yellow, though? Yellow is the new orange, right? Yellow is the new orange. Isn't that like a TV show? Series or something? I have a feeling that... no. My feeling is wrong, people. I want a window that feels also like a barrier. I think it might be this one here. Yeah, not terribly interesting. Maybe if we stack it up a little bit higher, it might develop a little pizzazz. Probably not, though. It's painting white. I feel like that's normally a different color. Yeah, okay, so, like, you can now go up there and look out of the window. Makes the window feel a little bit more justified. But definitely you can look at this and it still feels kind of empty, but that's fine, you know. Everything we're doing is about learning and growing. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this material. Right, it's just the regular foundation. Now, I know that I want a particular type of ramp. I think it's a double ramp at 4 meter. 8 meter, is that steeper? It's just thicker, isn't it? So, a double ramp at 4 meter doesn't actually look steep. Huh. I thought a double ramp was steeper. There's also stairs, right? I don't think I've even used any of these yet. So, we've got like 4 meter stairs. Interesting. That might look a little nicer. But it's a long way down to the factory floor. Oh my god. Why has that not been done with other things? I swear that has not been done with other things, people. I've tried to do that with other stuff and it has not gone the way I would have wished. Okay, so we can't put the nice texture onto the stairs. Got it. Got it. All right. Maybe, just maybe. We do a little bit of this. Not sure if I like it. I'm just experimenting. Kind of feels to me like that's just too high, but just sort of segment off the area a little bit. We could continue it going across, although we're going to run into those things. There is no plan here, peeps, other than looking and trying. So as we head down here, we're going to want to now create a balcony, I think, that overlooks this area. So if we take a foundation material... Now, there should be like a ring thing. Okay, so that's your build mode. That's fine. I think there's like a material wheel. I'm pressing random keys now. Okay, that's the flashlight. I hope none of these keys break anything. Chat, where are you in your amazing suggestions? Is there one for just swapping out to a different material? Got foundations here. I think we're probably going to end up going with this one. X for painting, says Burt Potato. Thank you. I thought you were just addressing me. X, I'm trying to get your attention. It's like, yeesh, I'm here, buddy. It's a little close for comfort, but we'll put some railing on the front, and it's just about the right height, I think. If it will work all the way across the room or not is yet to be seen. At least we go as far as that. And then there will be an attempt here to make this make even more sense. Gosh. It's hard to express what I'm trying to do here. Alright, so we've got that on the front. When it comes to railing, if I type in rail, there's modern railing, there's industrial railing. I seem to recall there being like a new addition somewhere in here that I haven't used yet. Modern railing, I don't think there is. I think it's industrial railing. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that all the way across here. Until we get to that spot there. Alright, so now you got like your walkway for overlooking the area and seeing what's going on, right? I'll tell you what we could really do with, and this is just a massive distraction, which is very, very typical in this game. Just look over there and you think something needs doing. Roads and paths. That's the one. Road support. Ah. Yeah, I feel like we need some of these. Especially in this area, just because it's not exactly obvious what's holding up the road, right? I think we're going to come back to that one. Those machines really distract people from building in this building game. Yeah, they do. The machines are distracting. But yeah, it's a decent view of this so far. I think we're going to need like a wall on the inside now. So if we type in wall, which is a good way to find a wall, the basic wall right here is one that I like. We're in zoop mode, so we're going to come out as far as there. Zoop across again. Okay, now those are some important blocks because we're starting to compartmentalize the build a little bit and make it feel more natural. By the way, here, this stuff I was kind of planning on doing later, but sometimes I think it's good to show like what you're thinking. And we will go around and do stuff like equipment workshop. Yeah. Like, it's important to have just a few things like this here and there to make it feel a little bit more lived in. What is this game, says Alexi Lumi? We're playing Satisfactory. It is a game about building factories and being satisfied with it. Okay, like, the next thing is, how does unused space look? Okay. We're going to start by reducing our unused space. Which sounds like I'm being a right old smarty pants. Doesn't it? You know. But we got to think about what we're doing here on a particular scale. Oh jeez, it reset the build mode. Okay, bring it down to the ground, get the next one, bring it down to the ground, the next one. All like that. This looks unfortunate, doesn't it? So when it comes to colouring these things, we'll have to figure that out later. Got a little lip up there. You know, maybe leave that in. It's a little bit of character. Let's call it that. Now, what I want next is to remove the sand that you see here and replace it with a texture that I don't think we've seen too much. Now, we can build floors with foundations. It's difficult to build them with walls. I tell you what might be appropriate here is using a roof. And you're thinking, X, you don't put roofs indoors. Well, I like to break the rules. I think we want to go with flat roof right here, okay? Let's go down. Do we want to go down? I think we definitely want to go down. Need to change the build mode to zoop. And then, yeah, this is the right material as well, I think. Ah, it wants to snap, like, awkwardly over there. Now you can snap off that edge. Just the once. Ah! Right. You can see what I'm doing, right, peeps? I don't know if that's going to poke out the front. If it does, you know, we'll deal with that later. But this looks like it is going to work. Okay, and when we get to there in that tree, I think it's around here that we're probably, you know, we'll go a little further because there's change right there. So, now, we were talking about that player perspective and stuff. Ah! I fell. Now, it looks more like empty space. And, oh my god, okay. Brain, you're doing good today. Some days my brain doesn't do too good. This, I think, would be a great spot for putting in, like, rows of these. Just so they look like they've been put here for a reason. Can I rotate? Oh, I can change the size. So a few of these stacked around. They kind of tell their own story, really. and then like 2 over here, and then I don't think we need to overdo it. So you don't really need to know what the heck all of that's about. It just makes sense that it's there. It's in that leftover space, right? You could even maybe put like a forklift car or something in there. I do look at that window and think, should that be connected? But I think it's going to end up just adding a bunch of noise, like more of these catwalk things, right? And the scale of them doesn't quite appreciate the scale of this. So I think we've done a good job with it there. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, does it need to even be symmetrical? Like, do I need to do all of this on the opposite side? I don't think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and tidy that up, actually. That's nice. This high wall here is a little too high, I think. Do you know, I get a little paranoid when I use this tool, because when you hold down control, it likes to highlight the first thing you're looking at and include it in the next bit that you're doing. Yeah, much better now. A lot of this space feels way more meaningful. Now, as for the height of this whole area here, I think it's going to be tricky to do too much with that. I do like the idea of it coming down to there. It just feels a bit more fitted that way. Yeah, and then we're going to need some like roof support stuff over in this area. But, you know, okay, chat, now's your opportunity. Give me some feedback. I'm going to switch to standing because my bum is numb. Bellsteamer says, I think you should, because pedestrians wouldn't have a way to cross the road if it was full of traffic. I appreciate that, and that is a perfectly valid way to look at it. I don't think I'm going to go that far as to think about like the workflow of workers, but when you create builds and you put those sorts of things into it, those sorts of stories, rhymes and reasons, they will make the build look better, because like the brain of the person looking at it will know that that's there. They'll understand even if they're not thinking about it. Like, you can even put in a crosswalk, right? So if you've got crosswalk details and you put them in, it's going to make a big difference, right? I'm going to put a path along here. I don't like the color though. Whoops. Just doing this to mess around with it, by the way. Because I think it'll look good when you get to this bit. And then there's a corner. I don't think we can paint the stairs. Yeah, can't paint those. Right. Also, the color don't work, but I might come back and change that. So yeah, putting in the rhyme and the reason into your builds goes a long way, you know? I mean, we're literally looking at a big box and then adding things to it that give it a little more rhyme and reason, like right now, adding all these things. That just made this part of the build so much better, right? While I figure out what's next, there are, I think, a few obvious bits of cleaning up that we need to do. We need to get these rocks kind of out of sight, right? Actually, we've got the right size foundation. What I'm not getting is the snap that I want. There it is. A little bit poking through ain't so bad, is it? Okay, over on this side, I might do something similar where, like, the floor is elevated. I mean, would you, if we've got a path, should we make it so that this path goes around the factory, right? Like, that to me is a way to give it some sense. Its purpose is to go around the factory. All right, we're using the foundation. I want to get the ramp for the foundation. Then the question is, does it go sufficiently above? Kind of strikes me as just coming across this way. Makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and remove this and that. And those. Get this thing moving up a little sooner. Let's go ramp. Regular ramp. Oh, they didn't... What? Photo mode? The heck? Hello? Oh, there we go. I'm responsive. Oh my god, where's the foundation ramp? I see the inverted ramp. Here we go. Ramp. There it is. That, to me, looks like it goes up higher than the double ramp does. It really does. So I kind of want the inverted one, I guess. Can I get the inverted one from here? Oh, the groupings in this game, they're just... something about it. The way they've categorized stuff. Could have been better. It's already good, but it could have been better. Feels like they've built like a really good system for... like when there's not a lot of options, it probably worked really, really well. Oh, shall I just use that across here till we get to the other side? A little bit different, isn't it? Then, like, you need supports, right? So let's go ahead and actually get rid of that. So that can go up to here. And we got a noise in the ear. It's Ark of the Archon for 2 months. Hi, Xisuma, and happy Halloween to everyone in chat who celebrates it. Thank you, my dude. Happy Halloween yourself. I don't celebrate Halloween. If there was one thing I'd like to do on Halloween, it's watch scary movies. That would be nice, but I got no one to watch them with. Let's see. Right, then this is going to be like that. And then that one there. I do love me some scary movies. Whoa. Oh, thanks. Okay. Vertical will be the one. Oh, did I destroy that? Oh, no, I didn't. I just couldn't see it. Scary films are scary, says Willow. Funny that. Funny how that works. Okay, get rid of that one there. So I think it's important that you don't, like, mirror yourself too much. Dude, I lost my vertical build mode. This looks really odd from this side, but that's okay. Yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and remove those. Go vertical again. Oh, that looks better that way. You can celebrate Weenie Day, though. Weenie is in hot dog, I believe. When is Weenie Day? I'm not actually a big fan of hot dog. Hot dog burgers, not really my thing. Okay, I need soup. Oh, would you look at that? It's got on wonky. It's gone on the wonk. So yeah, I think over here, because there's less space and stuff. Oh, we're gonna have to build like a bridge that goes over that. Yeah, definitely gonna. What? Why did my material change? Why? Why, computer game? Why you do this to me? Yo, what's going on with the keys again? So you remember earlier we did the hotkey stuff? Like, what I got to remember is to do that. Can I look at that and press 1? No, it doesn't quite work. You have to get it in this menu, which is a little bit annoying. Probably now a good idea to switch over since we're doing lots of stuff with this. Do you know what? I'm really annoyed with these filters. There we go. Just going to put them back on Fisket. Then I can see what I want. I want a ramp. I want a double ramp. I want foundation. That'll get me started. Because this is awkward and off, I'm going to do that. Goofy Me, thank you so much for 16 months. X, thanks for the amazing videos and the great community. That is a very nice message. We do have a wonderful community of peeps here. I cannot take credit for them. But thanks so much for the support. The only spooky thing I did today was spend 5 hours carving a horse and a cat into both my pumpkins. I had a spooky moment before I started the stream. I came back to the stream, and for some reason 2 of my monitors were off, and I was like, why are they off? And then I had that like moment of thinking, is someone else in the house? Then I thought about it, and I thought, I must have autopiloted walking away from the computer and turning off my speakers, except I hit the wrong power switches, and I got 2 of my monitors instead of 2 of the speakers, right? 2 speakers, 2 switches. That was the only thing I could think it could be. Yeah. So that was like slightly spooky, but not really that spooky at all. Okay, so on this side, as you can see, we're just going to take advantage of that space a little bit more. We'll do all the paint stuff like we did over here. Dude, I'm just going to keep trying until you accept. There we go. Interesting that you want me to place it down there, because normally, yeah, exactly. No, zoop it. Oh, I needed you to zoop, my dude. Why? Come on. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. That's restored some sanity. All right. That looks weird. Now, can you see how I left these bits open at the bottom here? I thought they looked great like that, but they kind of don't. Also, we kind of need to align these up, which I can't be bothered to do. So I'm going to put that there, and then it's someone else's problem. I do like the change in texture though. What's this new one here? Oh, ×3, eh? ×3 is new. How do I get that texture for a regular wall? I think I probably just got to... Wait a minute. Was it right over there? It was. So this way, maybe from the other side, they kind of look like shutters that might be opened up and used in the future or something. We desperately got to get rid of some wildlife around here. Because, you know, they in my way and stuff. You know what I don't have? I don't think I have a chainsaw. Do I have a chainsaw? Well, I guess I don't have a chainsaw. Can I craft one? Let's go find out. Yeah, hitbox on the industrial rails is only the top rail for some reason, says Dry Tin. Oh, interesting. This game's full of quirks. How dare wildlife exist in their natural habitat? I know, right? They're in the way of the factory. They should be a little more considerate. You gotta wait 15 seconds. Actually, it's probably more like half a second, isn't it? Okay, eventually I'll press the... Oh, look, I had one all along. It just didn't really look like a chainsaw. Okay. Call Me Bird says that's a derp right there. If you've got a chainsaw that looks like a sword, then maybe, but I don't. My chainsaw does not look like that. My chainsaw looked like a regular chainsaw. Woohoo! Deforestation! I know, right? It's so much fun! Yay! Yay! Destroy the natural habitat. Woo! Speaking of which, there's a couple of things here that really need to go. They're destroying our aesthetics. Hermits and their powers of observation. Thanks. Never knew the word dirt before I met X and his community, says Shkalama. Derp was kind of like a word that started popping off in the early days of YouTube back in like 2010. At least that's when I think I remember hearing it. Oh, don't fart on me. Ugh. Rude. That's the second time someone's done that to me today. What? Anyway, moving on. Swiftly moving on. Got more stuff to destroy. Who let Xisuma have a chainsaw? Who gave this man a chainsaw? Why would you do such a thing? Now, the next problem... Well, actually, it's not a problem, really. Just drag it out. Or not? No? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense just to build the platforms at a similar sort of level. What if this time we go with the metal grip foundation? Yeah, that's right. Just spin yourself right round. No one will know. I think I actually want to go on level 2 here. Ah, but... Ugh. What if I snap from here? That's what I want. Also, look, the material changed. Thanks, computer game. Ah, changing them. Oh, you little rascal. You little rascal. Oh, dang it. Right, I'm gonna set that as number 1. Then we're gonna undo some of the carnage. Right, this should preserve the material now. So, a tiny bit... The heck happened there? A tiny bit of stuff in that corner I think is okay. Right, now that lines up with this, with our roof. And then we've got this whole area down here. Yeah, I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing what's going on. So we need the vertical mode. Let's go for half. No, we want a full foundation. Did you see it? Did it change material? It did. It just changed material like that. I spotted it. Okay, so we sort of sealed off a lot. Not so much there. Sealed off a lot of that noise now. Let's go back to this thing. So let's try yet another height. Whoops. Let's say we go for 1. Oh my god, did you see that? Like something else pops up after I click. Oh. Asphalt. Oh my god. I think I understand. You click to rotate through the different options. That is just weird. Ah, the fart. I think I might try and go up here, actually. Yeah, that'll do. Right, that might be a powerful thing if I can remember it. Remember, I learn by doing. You tell me that, I'll never remember. You let me figure it out for myself. There's a very slim possibility I might remember in the future. Okay, how's that? And again, the way to do stuff now is like to come in here and put down a truck, right? Maybe having them like parked up here behind the doors as well, like might make it look like they're ready to go out. Again, we talked about stories and stuff. Like, this is how you tell stories. If I put a bunch of like markings on the grounds that look like designated areas for parking or something, like that's gonna sell it even more. But I'm not going to go too crazy with the details over here. Just going to get in some basics, but... Oh, wow, a drone port? Like, what if we had one of these on the wall somewhere? Oh, dude, that could just be up there, like, looking amazing and interesting. Okay. We're gonna try and make this place look great, peeps, I swear. We're gonna do our best. But yeah, like a parked up tractor. Yeah, it's a bit wimpy and small, that one. I think I'll put that in the corner over here. And then if you really want to go ham, you can add in other kinds of things around it. Make it look a bit more like a garage, right? Wondering if a couple of these indoors might not look too bad as well. Come back to the idea later. So yeah, all of that tidied up. Bunch of vehicles around the place. I press E here and we go to the ramp. Then I click to cycle. Now I got metal grip. I think a ramp there just makes you feel like that thing's got a chance of getting up and out. Again, these are like stories that just sort of tell themselves without you thinking about it, is the idea. Okay, right, I kind of wanted to put something sort of vertical-ish around here. I don't know what it'll be. Am I looking forward to trying the Xisuma event? Now, that sounds like a very Factorio thing. Please tell me more about Xisuma, for I am ignorant as to what this is. Dude, like something like this in here again. It don't want me to place it though. I think I'm... Oh, it requires a node. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, so those things go on nodes. Of course they do. Power storage. Now that kind of looks like something you could bop down into some unused space, right? Maybe a couple of them over here on the side. And then I think you would have railings in front of these. They're dangerous, you know, especially if you're a derp. Yeah, this is just... all I'm doing is just investigating, you know? I'm hoping to, like, to take more and more of these ideas, and then at some point in the future, when we build our next factory, we, like, build it with all of this in mind from the beginning. Dude, that might be an awesome thing to put in here, a radar tower. I just don't know how tall it is. It might look silly as well. Dude, I think it... Let's go through the roof. You know, it does look silly, but if it went through the roof, it could complement both this side and the other side. So, like, if I go ahead and put... Oh, it's a shame about the clipping. Can I not override that? Because I feel like there... Then here, no. Let's say we got just one of these. So I put it there. Now, on the inside, it's a bit scrappy. But it almost looks like some sort of support, right? For the building. And then from the outside, I imagine... I bet it'll look pretty cool. Yeah. Looks very cool. I think there's a better place we can put the radar tower. That's a cool idea. Very cool idea. So my goal, by the way, just to reiterate myself, is to kind of make the inside of the factory feel a little more tidied up, lived in, and player accessible. That's what we were aiming to do today with what we're doing here. So I want to turn my attention to the roof next, but unfortunately, it'd be nighttime. Okay, I reckon we're going to need these things. I think they're going to be important. Ooh, construction fences might look good out here. Can I zoop them? Okay, that'll do. Also, I think a couple more of those over here wouldn't go amiss, would they? Well, where did that one build? Okay, it did snap. Yeah, just making it all look a bit more factory-like, a bit more lived in. I reckon this floor could do with painting. What things have we got here? Does the dotted line look... Because I kind of like the idea of having a hazard zone, but just it not feeling overwhelming, but... Let's go ahead and try that. I think I can probably get away with doing some of this, because it's not going to try and paint it on the machine, right? If it did, that'd be kind of weird. Okay. The gas mask is quite OP. I can walk places and not worry about poison, especially the hidden stuff where it takes a moment to find the source. I think you'll find like a lot of the stuff in this game is a bit power play OP, right? I don't think there's much in the way of it trying to be like a real survival struggle. I think it's a lot more about just having fun, whizzing around building factories. Gonna leave that area there unpainted, but this bit we'll continue with that into the future, like going off in that direction. If we go to colors, oh wow, that's weird. Oh, I didn't expect that to be so sort of bold. That's kind of like the nicer tone, I think. Then I have to go and start doing some patterns again. Let's try doing 8, 9, and a 0. This is why like one thing at a time goes a long way, but we're forever going to be distracted. We'll forever be distracted. Okay, switch to 9. Back to 8. And off in that direction. Definitely a good idea. Bear has returned. Welcome back. G is a filter for deleting and painting, if that helps. Interesting. Yeah, custom filter foundation, panel window. Filter cleared. Oh! So, what are you filtering? Are you saying that you're only going to paint that? I think that would make more sense than not, because there's more blocks on the not than the only. Chat, I might not be able to talk much. My cat is holding me hostage for cuddles. Please help, says Pikachu. We will send you exactly 0 help. You have to embrace the cuddles, my friend. Yeah, this looks kind of nice. But again, not trying to get too distracted or anything, right? This is all looking great. I think we're waiting for the sun to rise to do the ceiling. Let's start to look at that. So I kind of pictured there being like some support pillars coming up and maybe some structure up here. The scale though is kind of massive, so we'll see what we can do. We're off to a great start. Oh my god, can I? Wow, diagonal. Diagonally. Oh, it cracks. That is a terribly acted line. Sorry, Ratcliffe. Sorry, Potter. The delivery of that line always cracks me up. Diagonally. As you can see, storage container's gonna go. So what do we think of that? Because it's kind of like a massive scale. It feels like... Oh, I'm using the wrong block. I was actually going to use this. Huh. Oh my god, I really need an undo button. And here's why. Because... Oh no, actually the game's kind of kind. It lets you look at that without looking through the gaps. Okay. They did something seriously right there. Seriously right. Okay, let's try... Try not to look at anything else. Well, that wasn't so painful then, was it? Yeah, this is the one I was actually going to use. No. Oh. No. It'll place eventually. Is this one the same though? Like if I do that... Oh look, this one's different. I'm actually highlighting the thing behind it. So I better not get this wrong, because this one's going to be punishing if I get it wrong. Oh, guess what? It's not snapped to the ceiling. It's technically wrong. Okay. If a hole appears in the wall behind us, I've misaimed. Oh, that was quick. That don't look good. Right, we try again. We try again. We never give up. We fight until the end. Sounds like lyrics to a song, doesn't it? G works on things like this too. Oh my god, I need to remember that. I need to remember that. I need to remember it. Right, let's... oh, press the wrong button. We need that zoop. Why couldn't zoop just work in any direction on every block? Oh, and why is it being super fussy? Here we go. We're going to place? We're going to place. I think that went into the ground. Or is it floaty? It looks super floaty. Now, the one other place we could put a support is directly in the middle. Now, that would go in front of our ramp, so we'll move the ramp after. Okay, time to get down to the ground. If you were to start a university or sports team, what would its mascot be? That was like a really interesting question. Until it wasn't. I'll give you that one. You really had me peaked for a second, and then it was like mascot. Oh god. Dang, I was gonna think. Oh my god, what sports team would I create? What kind of university would this be? The last thing I would have thought about answering that question would have been the mascot. That's what's so interesting about your question. I could have talked for ages about starting a sports team. It's a giraffe, X, a giraffe, says Maddie. Oh my god, it is, yeah. Well done, Maddie. Well, look, see, Matty knows me better than me as an answer to your question for you. He's 100% right. I'm sure many others here will attest. My mascot would be a giraffe. Of course it would. What else could it possibly be? So I think what we're going to do is use number 2 around here. at about this height. I think I want to put it on Zoop. Yeah. And I think that's going to look better if we put. Why don't we use number 3 that way? Yeah, yeah, like that. I also think it might make sense to have this thing come across this way, or maybe go out to the wall there, like that. That's probably the one, isn't it? That's the one that it needs. It needs that. The blocks are here. You're over there, but it needs that. Oh! It goes in front of a window. Well. Rock and roll. We'll have to do it. Oh, right. Okay, that's weird. On this side, the window is higher. Just snap! Thank you. God, I just snapped, didn't I? Oh. It's like a game of finally adjust your mouse. I love this. Satisfactory, a game about finally adjusting your mouse. Okay, so we do that all the way across, right? Except the last one's like, not me though. And then we go to this one. And we don't, you know, we could actually put it everywhere, but I'm just going to put it on the ones that connect there. See, now, to me, that feels way more connected to the roof. To the roof. Can I do that again up here? Kinda. What is going on here? Like, you there. Ah, wait. Oh, look, the slope isn't the same. Huh. Don't tell anyone. It's an optical illusion now. I want to make these look stronger. I think it just placed outside or something silly. Oh, you. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Just place through the window. Thanks. You would do that. Come on. Play nice. Oh! I rotate into position and it moves upwards. Please! Oh, that tasked nicely. Yeah, what do you think, peeps? There's another element to this that I haven't put in place yet. What do you think? What texture pack is this as I am NPC? There's no texture pack. It'd just be default. Is there a way to zoop this? There isn't. You got to place them all individually, I think. That looks about right. It's finicky. Okay, let's hook this stuff up. Yo, why'd that place so janky? Thought we were done. Looks good, says El Muchacho. Thank you, thank you. Right, that time it actually did okay, didn't it? Oh, interesting. We've got power there. Yeah, where are we going to... Let's have a look around for where the power is in this area. Right. Strikes me as maybe bringing one over to here and then to there. From... it's off slightly. Forget it. Forget it. See, I'm a fan of putting these things like on display. I think it's probably better. It probably does look better if you put it on display in a more subtle way, right? Like if you can see the cables, but they're not just dangling from down below. That looks so good. That looks so good. Like I did not expect that. That actually looks really good. I'm kind of wondering now. Do we want to have? Do we want to have these things go anywhere else, like across here? Maybe they kind of got nowhere else to connect to. That being said, here, if you'd be so kind as to zoop, could probably get away with doing that. That looks reasonable. Same on that side. In the middle, though, doesn't. I mean, could possibly. Oh dear God! It's just being infuriating, isn't it? Deliberately. You'll probably bring it out to here, and have some of this go up to it. But I think from elsewhere that might look a little bit ugly. I think the last bit looks a bit ugly. I don't think we're going to do that. Extra VODs are saving my academic career. Too many nights pulling all-nighters for art assignments. I'm glad they can be of help in some way. Okay, look at that. It selected something over there. Let's unselect. You can connect 2 wires on the lights and run 1 wire from the pole to the light. Yeah, I had a feeling that might work, but I couldn't be bothered to find out. I just decided, let's do 2 cables. Because I'm lazy. I'll tell you what, it coming out a little bit makes sense, doesn't it? Let's find the one with the blocks. Here they are, number 5. If you would, be so kind as to just... Yep, there we go. Cheers. Took you a minute. See, why can't you be well behaved like that? Ah! I think it placed inside of the block. Why? Just why? Can't be bothered to get rid of it. Okay. Let's go downwards again. I still think maybe having one go across here would be good. Yeah, I think that looks better. So now, not only is it like they're helping to hold up the roof, which is pretty cool, it's got this really amazing lighting fixture. So that's turned out pretty darn good, I think. You know, one of these days it'll go in the right spot. It did it again! It rotated when I found the bit I wanted. Oh my God. Drives me bonkers. Why? Oh! It's so annoying. Why? Why are you... Oh my God. I was just about to scream. Let's go back to the road over here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Looks good from up here as well, doesn't it? There's still some material painting and stuff like that to be done. Not a crazy amount though, just a little bit here. I do think this concrete looks kind of odd. Put a bit of railing in there. Little details, little details. I feel like at this spot here, like, you'd want to be able to go in both directions, so... we got a visitor. I think this bit should kind of, like, open up and let you walk through, actually. So, let's press E and then let go. That's the trick, isn't it? Oh, yeah, over on that side, the whole thing is, like, taller. So about there. Whoa. I guess it's double. Don't know why did I do it wrong? Yeah, I decided to change that to 1 meter when it should have been 2. Actually, why did I change it to 1 meter? It could have just been the same amount. All the way across. Continue with this. Anyway, idea being, then we put a wall here. Maybe put a roof that isn't the road above. Going to change that to a T-junction, right? And then if we find... Oh, did I overdo the road stuff? I think I overdid the road stuff. Actually, I don't know. Wait, there it is. I didn't. So now we can do number 8. That'll be a T-junction probably again. Okay, number 7. And 0. Right. Let's paint all of this. I think it's a good idea. Oops, how did that happen? Press the wrong button. Cool. Oh, Manatee is trapped. Gotta say, your streams are always like right before I go to bed, so very good timing. Keep please doing that, please, says Sharalama. And my next stream was gonna be in the morning. Oh, by the way, I think my next stream's gonna be a Hermitcraft one. I really enjoyed our last Hermitcraft episode. I want to do some more building in survival because that was awesome. Chosen Architect, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome all of the raiders. Does this mean I have to do a factory tour? Chosen, have you played Satisfactory? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and quickly throw in a few more blocks so this area here can feel a little bit more like I've envisioned. Yeah. That is going to be great, you know, like heading into a new area. I think sending the player into a tunnel about now makes a lot more sense because when we arrive at these destinations, it's going to be so much more closed in. But welcome all the raiders! Let me give you an introduction to what we're doing here. We're building a ginormous factory in Satisfactory, and in this game, I basically turn up and build. And our latest factory is the biggest one we've done yet. The idea was to use some blueprints to create big building blocks of a really cool facade. And then we've mixed it in with some other facades as well to give it that kind of industrial tapestry feeling. And it's turned out great so far. Still a long way to go, and we're trying to learn. So today... Oh, you were just playing Satisfactory. Awesome. So your peeps will know what's going on here. Today what I'm trying to do is do a bit more building on the inside from the player's perspective. And I think what we hope to do as a group, as we develop with this game, is try to build a factory with all the different aspects in mind from the beginning, because we've done a lot of like slapping down factories all over the place and then just mashing together building stuff around it. And so the more we play, the more we learn, not only like the controls, the shortcuts, the techniques, we also want to learn how to be better builders, aesthetically speaking. And on that front, I need to patch this up. It's not what I was focusing on. I need to paint it at some point as well, but we've got a... Oh, the alignment there is off, isn't it? That's okay, that's okay. Yeah. Don't know what's going to happen over here. Probably... These things are probably going to get cut short, I reckon, and then we're going to have to, like, cut this shape into a new building. I don't know, it's tricky. It's all like patchwork in places, right? Is the idea. Have I played Factorio Space Age yet? I have. I done a couple of streams on it, and I think I'm mostly going to play that game off camera. But whenever I go to a new planet, I think I'll do a little stream and show you what I've been up to, and then have fun checking out a new planet. I really do enjoy that game. One day in the future, when my channel is dead, no one cares about what I upload, and you know, basically you can't lose. You know, it's going to be 10 out of 10 every time. I'm really looking forward to just playing some Factorio, making a Factorio Let's Play. But channel's got to die before that happens. Sounds silly, but I'm actually deadly serious. You know, my YouTube channel now is, air quotes, my career. So, fortunately, I get to make the videos I really care about, which are Minecraft update videos and Hermitcraft. But when it comes to doing whatever I feel like it, I've done some of that, and YouTube's changed over time, and it feels like you get a bit punished for it. So, I'm not really about trying anything too much on the channel anymore. It's more like doing what works. And keeping that going. And then, you know, over here on the streams, we mess around and do some other stuff, right? Get a little bit of variety going on over here. Okay, I came over here, just walked into the area, and lo and behold, I knew what to do. That's actually... kind of looks like the right thing. Oh, it is the right thing. That'd be right. It looks like the right thing. Yeah, there's bits here, there, and everywhere that need sorting out in terms of paint and colours and stuff. I'm not sure what colour that wall is. It's a little pinkish, a little more pinkish than that. What if I... No, that's too pink. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's been painted at, but that's probably about as close as we're going to get to matching the wall there. I like the way it's added. Oops. Oh my god, it just placed one over... No! No! Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, we're not zooping, are we? Not zooping. I'm gonna add that. That feels better. Okay, that was a distraction. Oh, this game is even more tempting now, says Coda. It's an amazing game, let's put it that way. I think this game could be one of those, like, 10 out of 10 does everything right games if they just sorted out some of the control quirkiness, refined some of the menu concepts and grouping of items a little, made it a little more easier to get around, and then I think expanding the palettes in the game and whatnot. I don't know, it feels to me like there's actually like a limited range of textures and colors where surely it'd be quite simple to add a lot more. So it feels like this game has got some easy wins right in front of it, and if they took some of those, it could really like take it to the next level. But honestly, just as it is right now, it's pretty darn amazing, this game. So I think we're gonna take a hint from the other side and put these panels up here underneath the road. Maybe not on that side though. Like we've got this here looking over this area, so if we follow that lead, we'll find out where its natural conclusion is, basically. Yeah, I can starting to see now how this is all going to link together. And it's going to create like an interesting corridor here where you can look back into the factory, but then on the opposite side, on this side, it's going to be like a dead space for looking at stuff. I don't have a better way to describe it, unfortunately. Oh, that's weird. That didn't happen here. How did that happen there? Oh, there's this one. It's just off. Does the game take well to build smaller structures? Yeah. Depends what you define as small, because you see the block scale I'm building on right now. This is kind of the default block scale. You can do smaller ones. You'd honestly end up building something like a neighborhood or city. You know, you say that, and then immediately I just think about like mods and stuff, because this is such like a really good building system. I could totally see people adding mods that let you get access to things that really feel like a city. And I think that would really give me a reason to come back and play this game again in the future, would be like to do a mod pack where it's not even about building a factory, you're just taking advantage of the building engine and stuff. Okay, so these corridors are making a lot of sense. There's probably some details and stuff we can add to them, but let's go ahead. Gonna be nice. We're gonna play nice here. Let's zoop downwards. Right, I see what's going on here. Zoop up to there. Oops, not over there. Here, there we go. We'll take that. Yeah, just build this up. Build it up. Tear it down. Build it up. Tear it down. That is a banging song, if you happen to know what it is. Oh look, there's actually a very convenient bit of wall that pokes through the other wall. That'll allow us to neatly and very conveniently tidy all of this up. How wonderful. Satis City instead of Satisfactory. Yeah. Satis City. Oh, they're wonky. Oh, that reminds me. When we get here, we want to switch to that, because we don't want to clip into the wall above too much, I think. What do I do with this space now? Oh yeah. Snap it up to there and we'll be golden. Right, and then we got this bit. I think I'm going to put windows there now. So we have successfully, like, contained the space. Yeah. Not quite here, though. Still a little bit of work to be done around this spot. Now, I don't know if that clips into the road above or not, so we should go check it out. Yeah, it does. It does. Naughty. Naughty. What am I doing here? That one. Let's switch it up. I feel like if we were to go around this whole area with paint as well, we'd probably just find a bunch. There's like a trim there, basic wall 1. Oh wait, what am I looking at? What's that? Flat roof. Oh, it sort of pokes through, I see. But it didn't this time. Of course it didn't, because, you know. Now that's there the whole way across. Okay. Yeah, but like if I paint this top section here a different color, that might kind of add to the look a little. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Oh, you gotta love it, right? Fully contains. Looking very good. So I feel like we just kind of want to add some of that structural stuff in again. Like make it feel a little more involved in some way. Let's go downwards so we can see it. Not the prettiest, but I think it gives us a nice excuse to add some lights there. This stream's been whizzing by. It's been such a good one. You can make sofas and stuff with careful placement, to be fair, says Ellie Muchacho. For me, this game, what it said to me, in terms of building, was like, speed and scale is so much fun. And I don't like, with creativity, I don't like putting too many barriers in front of the player of like, oh, so you want to build that? Well, now you got to go do this, right? I really like this power play approach of like shortest path to the point, you know, the path of least resistance. How are we going to help you build that thing in your mind as quick as possible? So I really like the idea in this environment. In Minecraft, let's say it's a little different, but in this environment, I really like the idea of giving the player, if we're going to say it's like a game where you should be able to build a sofa, let's give the player the sofa block, right? Dudex is right. Time has flown by. It's really been nearly 2 hours already, says Pinker2. I know. What the heck? Time, where you at, man? I know you're relative and stuff, but geez, slow down. Okay. Hey, there's Joe. I wonder if Joe's in voice chat. Let's find out. Hello? Is there a Joe Hills there? Howdy, Xisuma. Howdy, Xisuma. It's Joe Hills from Tennessee.
Howdy, X. Joe Hills from Tennessee. I can't do an Xisuma doing a Joe voice. It's like, howdy.
It's you have to
it either ends
practice.
up
You
just
got to
being
work on
me
it.
or something. Yeah. But yeah, I saw that you were still on. I figured I'd pop in and say hello since you popped into my stream.
Oh, awesome! Thanks for coming by, man. If you're on the you are on the server because you just
I
said
just
hello.
hopped on the server. Yeah, I was gonna say, are you over at the aluminum processing plant?
I don't know where I am, which is no surprise to you.
Yeah, I need to put in some billboards over there.
I will head outside, but I got stuff to show you if you're.
Yeah, I'd love to come see it. Yeah, I see you on the map. I will.
I'm at the place with the drone.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Hyperloop as far as petroleum, and then take an Explorer the rest of the way. So I'm about a minute and a half, 2 minutes out.
Awesome. I will give you a tour when you get here, dude.
Yeah, that drone thing is exciting. I just put that in.
Can we ride
that's a
in
way
it?
to. No, you can kind of try to stand on top of it, but you might clip through, and it's not reliable. It's not for players, but what it's for is for moving like really expensive stuff, that you don't have a lot of. Like, so yeah, a bunch of coal you put on a conveyor or a train, but like, let's say we produced some supercomputers and we need to move them from one place to another, and there's not a good road or whatever. You move the supercomputers, like the things that are made out of 8 other things made out of 8 other things.
So is it because it's got a small inventory?
Yeah, it's got a small inventory, but it can go anywhere on the map without building roads or train tracks between them.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I was just experimenting. That's my first my first pair of experimental pads.
We should build a lot of them so we can have drones flying everywhere because that'll look cool.
They do look cool. The problem is they use a ton of power. Each pad uses like the 4th most power of any item or object in the game.
Yeah.
And so we have to upgrade our electrical grid first. But so that's why I've got 2 and they're set to standby.
I've been playing Factorio today, and that game lets you scale up if you're smart. Like, if all of a sudden you needed way more power to fly a bunch of drones around, like that game has ways of scaling up fast. And I'm wondering if in Satisfactory we can make like blueprints of like parts of a power factory so that we can like knock it all together really quickly.
I think so. Well, the thing is, I think a lot of generating power is actually building like miners and stuff. So like I had to build like geothermal generators on top of geysers. So it's just going out to the geysers more than like using a blueprint, because it's like a single object that you plug into the power grid.
True,
you just got to travel all the way out.
Don't you always have to multiply the amount of things? Like, so you process unless there's like a new power that I'm not aware of.
Well, the geysers, you don't do that. Maybe that's true for petroleum or whatever. Oh, there you are.
To just like make it clear what I'm talking about, because it may or may not have a use case, right? But usually you got your miners like this, right? Then you run them into belts, and then you have to run them over. Let's say you're doing some smelting. Like there's this just endless belt setting up into 10 of these in a row. If we could make that modular and fit inside of a blueprint, then you place down a blueprint next to the previous one and the belts connect.
So I think that's almost feasible, but imagine more that you're putting dots in a row. We would still have to manually connect those dots. Like with these roads, connecting the power lines, we had to manually connect them. Like we we could have the Legos clicked in next to each other, but then still run like 2 conveyor belts or 4 conveyor belts by hand instead of running the entire thing.
I see.
So we're not doing the splitters and the mergers and everything, but to actually create those connections across the blueprints, I think we are going to have to manually link those.
That's unfortunate. I don't know what the devs' like long-term plan for this game is, but with Factorio, like they listened to all of those sorts of problems and they just implemented it. Like if you go back and play the original, you'd have the same problems with copy and pasting stuff, right? In the latest Factorio that I'm playing at the moment, they added this thing to blueprints where you could take the recipe that was inside of a building, and when you place down your blueprint, it lets you select and then it puts it in. So you don't have to go in to all the menus and redo stuff, right? Smart
really cool.
features like that are just so cool, and I really hope they do that in this game.
I mean, I'm so impressed by the current state of the game that I'd be shocked if they didn't have something that they were like. There's no way you build something this amazing, and then just say, "Yeah, we're done." Like, so yeah, I'm curious. I don't think they've announced anything that they have coming post 1.0 because they wanted 1.0 to kind of like stand on its own. They don't want people to be like, "Yeah, this is cool," but I'm really waiting for the February drop.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Factorio is like a 10-year-old plus game now, so if Satisfactory is around for that long, I'm sure one day it'll just be marvelous.
Yeah. So what have you been up to today?
On the right-hand side, I started off just by building more of the roof, so not too much to look at. Then I came inside over here to the left-hand side, and what I wanted to do today was to build a better experience from the player's perspective.
Sure.
So I started off with giving you a way to walk up to the window, which doesn't really, I don't know, like you come up here and it's like, okay, big empty area. There's no like tables and chairs. There's no soda machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this would be a great place for a little bit of that kind of furniture and stuff. So then I headed down the stairs, down here, and I've been just working on this space, which I now think looks pretty fantastic.
Oh wow, yeah, this is way cleaner. This looks great.
So
I love. So you did the paint on the floors today too? I don't remember seeing that in the past, but maybe that was.
I added this whole floor here. It's a bit bold, but I'm just still messing around.
Yeah, I really think catwalks and walkways is one of the things that we've neglected the most early game.
Yep.
And so I've been thinking about trying to build blueprints. So like, you know how Wells has his blueprint for like the octuple smelter, where it's like 8 furnaces or whatever next to each other.
Yeah.
You know, and it's pre-belted and stuff. I was thinking like, I want to start building stuff like that for assemblers and constructors and whatnot, but with catwalks and power lines and like stuff like beams already in place, so that, I mean, it's not going to be the building itself, but like it's the sort of thing you could slot into a building and
that's a great idea. When we're ready to like do a new factory in the future together, I'd really like us to approach it with like, from the first thing that we place, we're thinking, how do we walk around this? How do we make it look like a factory first? And then, you know, we build that interior architecture, and then when that's done, we put a shell around it. But like, we keep striving to get better and do stuff that's cool, right?
Oh, certainly. Well, and you know, I don't know how close you are to being done on this project, but I'm going to be at Tennessee Game Days, which is a big board gaming convention for a few days. So you guys might be playing some without me. I was going to say, by where I put that drone port, that is where I was thinking we could put in a cooling system factory, because that's where the heat sinks come out. And to make cooling systems, you need heat sinks, nitrogen, which the nitrogen pipe runs right by there, and you need motors. And we could either deliver motors by truck or by drone port or whatever. And so if we combine those cooling systems with the radio control units, like I've got being produced over at the Modular Frames plant right now, then we could get supercomputers, which like unlocks like some crazy late game stuff. I don't remember exactly what, but it was like, it gets us, you know, we're moving forward, you know.
Yeah, I'm totally down to do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think the drone port you don't want to put under a roof, though. That's the only thing about where you're placed.
Yeah, you just reminded me that I thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to place one somewhere in here. Not functionally, just aesthetically.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe place one outside, or come, like, see where you could attach one on the roof, and then run, you know, pipes down or whatever, lifts down.
I think I might put one on the inside, just for aesthetics. Like, so you look into that empty space and there's something really cool there, right?
Yeah, possibly.
That's what I was trying to do in the area today, was just like reduce more of the unused empty space and put things in that make it feel a bit more filled up and lived in, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could definitely use some more of this space here because we're barely touching the surface of the aluminum processing stuff. Like, you know, Wells got us the basics for like Mark V lifts and conveyors and whatnot, but there is a lot more we could be doing with this. So, yeah, I'm glad there's extra space now because we're gonna use it.
So when you initially said that, I thought you meant across the way from the drone?
Go back to the drone port over there.
Yeah.
Where I've got my drone port. Yeah, that would be, if we want to pick just a big open flat space near that somewhere, we could set up the cooling systems factory. So like maybe where these palm trees are over here, or maybe
I need to
above this oasis. I see you're above the drone. I'm like next to you basically.
Well, if you look further, this might not be ideal actually, but I'm following the roads, and then there's this like path up and like a natural cliff line.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a not particularly massive amount of flat area here, but in terms of like distance to that factory, I think it would look really cool to have a bit of space between it.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Is like the more space we have, but like having things with line of sight to each other, but not directly adjacent, so they're not blocking the view of each, would be really cool.
Yeah. So to the left of me here, like I'm moving now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're. I'm watching your stream on a 15-second delay.
Oh, okay.
So I can see your point of view, even if you can't see mine.
Yeah, below Saturn, over there, and then I'm also looking out at these palm trees off in that direction. Those two spots seemed like they would be sufficiently at a distance from our main thing to give it a really nice eye line.
Yeah.
Because I think what we've done in the past is we've built something like big, and then we've gone like right next door to it, and so then and they're really cramped. You don't like see them at a distance to appreciate the scale. They're just kind of there.
Definitely. And you know, like we're getting Hypno and I have gotten really good at moving a lot of material around. You know, I've been learning to use those stackable conveyors. I didn't realize that the hanging conveyors from the ceilings, you can stack them one under the other too.
Oh, that's cool.
Hypno showed me that the other day, and I'm like, oh, this is a game changer, because I hated that I could do stackable conveyors on the ground, but not on the ceiling. And it's like, no, Joe, you can. You just never tried. It's a different material or different, device, but you can do that.
That would look really cool. Like with aesthetics and stuff, I can imagine, you know, carefully placing them. They could just look seriously cool, having belts hanging and moving stuff around. You know how it is. It's actually quite similar to Minecraft in a weird way, where back in the day we used to build like a creeper farm, and it would just be like a hole in the ground business, right? You know, cobblestone walls, and then over time we started like taking more pride in it, and we would start to do things like theming them a bit more, and then, you know, building a creeper farm where instead of being a giant box in the sky, it's like it's got a creeper face.
Yeah, I think there was when we did the big base swap, XB Crafted had a creeper farm he built like the first week of the server in the sky, and it was just cobblestone slabs. And I was like, his base is kind of themed with like, you know, modern buildings and science fiction-y UFO stuff. So I'm gonna just turn that creeper farm in the sky to look like a UFO. You know, use quartz slabs and some, you know, throw in some panes of glass. They don't really do anything, but they give it that, like, this thing's floating in the sky, like it's hanging there in an unnatural UFO way, not like, oh, hey, here's a bunch of stone.
Do you think we should do something like the big base swap again?
I really enjoyed it, but I will say, like, this season, I don't have a proper base. I have a kind of a community area that I've been working on, and it's not ready to open yet. So it's like, you know, it'd be like Tango swapping his base when he was trying to finish decked out. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean.
So I think next season I am going to have a regular base again, but, you know, I like to kind of mix it up every few seasons and do something different. But yeah. So I would love to do a big base swap thing again, but like I don't think that's a this season thing for me, at least.
That makes sense. Yeah. I would really like to do it, but I'm very uncomfortable with sort of stuff being out of my own hands. But because I finished my base, like my base is actually finished, it's like all someone can do is add to it rather than change it. Which I think is kind of a big deal.
I mean, I did do some palette swapping on XB Crafted stuff, like his week 1 cobblestone stuff. Like I said, you know, I did change some things that pre-existed, but it was only because it was like he's never gonna come back to this, and like
I'm sure he appreciated it more than anything.
I think he did, but you know, it's funny too because like with that, I don't know if you remember that season that but when we did the big base swap, I was one of the last people. Me and XB were some of the last people to swap back. And XB had sent me a message saying, like, Joe, when do you want to swap back? I'm in no rush. If you're happy with it, I'm happy with it. I'm like, yeah, I got a big project over here, maybe in a few weeks, but I'm in no rush either. And then I open the news like an hour later, and I see the Ever Given trapped in the Suez Canal, that giant ship, the cargo vessel.
Yeah.
And I'm like going back at Discord. I'm like, XB, I know I said that I was fine waiting, but please, can we swap bases back tomorrow? My base is the only place on the server that I can build this properly. I need my base back, please.
I love that build. That was so much fun, that one.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites. Like I just love building stuff from life, and even if I'm taking liberties with it, like we did with that Wool Street thing, like that's part of the fun too, is deciding which parts you keep and which parts you change.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back into it, actually. I was saying to you earlier about the Occupy idea.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I haven't told the other hermits yet. Like, I'm going to go chase down the permits that you already had hanging up. I moved over because the Popo had left them all in a box. But for the people who hadn't posted them yet, I'm going to go shake them down like, hey, we need your permits hanging up. If you don't want them...
I think I have a lot of them, by the way.
Oh, you do? Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have them in your inventory or something, and you want to just go swing by there, you don't have to like do a big recording or anything, but just like log in and put them up on the walls. I've got the frames already in place.
Yeah, I'm just... I can't remember where they are, but I think they're in my base somewhere. I think I've got them.
Okay. It's not a rush thing. But yeah, okay, well then I'll avoid hassling people if they've already given them to you.
Well, it might make for good content to hassle them anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just need to think about it and then log on and go see.
Oh yeah, it's not a rush thing. Just that was like, there's not a lot left on my like to-do list for. But as far as I'm concerned, the shop is open.
And
it looks great.
What about building the farm?
Oh, yeah. You sent me a message about that because you said it was a twist, though. I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk about that publicly. I don't mind, though.
Well, there's only a few people listening. I just thought it'd be kind of ironic because when it opens up, if people start buying the stuff, you're going to find out pretty quickly that farm is not ready to keep up with demand. So
that's the thing is I've been AFKing there. So we actually, before you told me that, I had already looked at it and gone, oh boy, this farm doesn't produce stuff if people aren't logged in over here. Well, that's fine. While I'm editing, let me just log in and I'll chill over here. And then, I found like if I can find excuses to be on the server while I'm editing, a lot of times people will message me and be like, hey Joe, are you busy? I need to record something real quick. And they might not have reached out if they hadn't seen me online, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I had just been AFKing over there for like a week since I was like, oh man, I'm going to be responsible for stocking the shop. I better make sure we're good. And then when you're like, oh yeah, that farm isn't going to keep up. I'm like, well, you're right. It is slow and it would be good to replace it, but it's not like a tomorrow thing. We can get by for a week or two, I think, at least.
We'll at some point we will need to build a better farm. And earlier in the season, I was trying to come up with something like really, in fact, me and Zed came up with something that was pretty wild, but it was kind of like a bit too much. So now I'm thinking I want to build something that's like really kind of easy to make, but like you scale it out big and it looks ridiculous because I'm thinking something along the lines of like a waterfall of sheep, right?
Oh, that's fun.
Like you move them around in a way where they can continue eating grass. You get them up high and like drop them down and they get sheared on the way down by dispensers. Something along those lines. Yeah.
No, I like that. That's cute, and it's very visual. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'll have to keep working on it then.
Yeah. But once again, though, it's not a rush thing because, you know, I don't mind AFKing over there and just making sure that we're,
Yeah,
you know,
that'll keep it
keeping
topped
in
up for
stock
now
in
then.
general. Yeah. But yeah, if it caught your fancy and you want to jump on it, I'm not going to slow you down either. You know, I'm happy to let you just determine your own level of involvement. You know.
Yeah, basically I'm gonna probably the next week or two keep taking it easy, and then I'll start working on my next video. I kind of wanted a break to try and, like, I don't know, find something new to do with the videos. I feel like the sort of the rhythm, the business as usual, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's sometimes it feels like it loses the spark.
I mean, yeah, for me, part of it was changing my skin to be more puppety and then doing like the voiceover, like as the puppet walking in front of the screen. Like, I could record like separately me doing the narration, but like I'm like in the thing and it's cool. I don't know. It's just kind of helped me feel like I'm doing something new and different, you know, even though a lot of the other stuff is still the same.
Yeah,
So
that's
maybe
what
just,
I need. Need a
yeah,
new
just finding
angle.
something little to play with, you know? In terms of your approach, like, because for example, if and it might be as simple as you saying like, okay, my videos are usually X length, what if I make it half that, or what if I make it, or what if I say every video I'm going to break into chapters with titles like Mumbo does, you know, or something like that, just to get your brain thinking about the problem differently, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. There's definitely a lot of different ideas I could explore.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I am now at my 2 hours for today, so I'm going to take a moment to wrap up my stream and take a break from Satisfactory. Are you playing on here?
Well,
Are
no,
you
I was gonna head out.
streaming?
I was just
Oh,
popping in to say hi since you popped in to say hi during my stream. So
cool. Oh, it was good to chat with you again, man.
you too. Have a great night, Xisuma.
I'll see you, Joe. Cheers. Bye. All right, chat. By the way, thank you, Badger, for 69 months. Wasn't it 69 last time? We had a 69 the other day. Oh my god, what a sentence. The other stream. Luna. Luna 2003, thank you for 2 months. Oh, just stepped in it so easily. Right. Soulside Eclipse, let's change the subject. That's the name of my music. If you've never checked it out before, please do take the time to, if you're curious. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on Bandcamp, YouTube. It's free to listen to, and you know, you might enjoy what you find. It'd be awesome if you took the time to check it out. Thanks for tuning in for today's stream. I'm going to go and look for someone to raid. So if you want to find some more entertainment, just stick around for a moment. Willow Gaming says, love your music. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I keep promoting it and I keep getting messages from people saying they're enjoying it. So that's just, you know, beyond amazing, basically. There's amazing, then there's beyond it, and it's like right over there. I'm going to send you to Jojo, our teammate from MCC. Send you over to Jojo today. Tell her thanks for being such an awesome teammate, and I'm going to bounce. I'm going to get off the computer for a little bit. So I won't be sticking around. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, peeps. See you.